Hey football fans, training camp is officially underway and the Carolina Panthers are already one of the most intriguing storylines out of the NFC. Now I know what you're thinking, this is a team that hasn't gotten much national hype, but that's exactly why you should be paying attention. The energy in Charlotte is different this year. We've got rookie standouts, fierce position battles, and a team that could quietly climb from bottom feeder to serious contender in the NFC South. If you're looking for real camp updates, no fluff, no filler, you're in the right place. Let's break down everything going down at Panthers camp. But make no mistake, the intensity is building. Offseason moves that matter. Let's talk about the offseason because it's where Carolina quietly won. You won't see these moves headlining SportsCenter, but they were smart, calculated, and exactly what the roster needed. First, they addressed a major weakness, the defensive line. Last year, Carolina's front seven struggled. Low sack numbers, low pressure rate. So the front office added two key interior linemen, Tershawn Wharton from the Chiefs and Bobby Brown III from the Rams. Both bring disruption ability, and both are already rotating heavily in camp. Then came one of the biggest extensions of the offseason. Carolina re-signed J.C. Horn to a 4-year, $100 million deal, making him the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. Some question the price tag, but when healthy, Horn is a true lockdown corner. You build around players like that. They also extended Mike Jackson, a solid CB2 who gives them starting caliber depth and versatility. ESPN named two of these Panthers moves among the top 50 most impactful of the NFL offseason. That's a huge credit to GM Dan Morgan and the front office. No, this wasn't a flashy spending spree. It was smarter than that. It was surgical. Carolina filled needs, kept its stars, and set the table for a breakout. Rookies are already making noise. Now on to the rookies, because this class could be a game changer. First round pick Tetairoa McMillan has already generated buzz. He's 6 feet 5 inches, athletic and polished. He's also already working with the first team and showing real chemistry with Bryce Young. On day 2 of camp, he made several tough grabs in traffic, and his route running stood out against veteran corners. On the defensive side, Princely McMillan and Nick Scourton, both edge rushers, are off to fast starts. McMillan had a bit of a moment. He accidentally made contact with Bryce Young during a rush drill, which is a no-no in camp. But what mattered is how he responded. Next day, he pulled back with control, stayed disruptive, and showed growth. That's exactly the kind of adjustment coaches want to see. And don't sleep on 6th round wideout Jimmy Horn Jr. He's explosive, shifty, and fighting for a roster spot. He could be this year's camp darling, especially on special teams or in slot packages. The overall takeaway, this draft class isn't just about the future. They're making a push now. Position battles to watch. Every camp has its battles, and Carolina's are spicy. Let's start with the wide receiver room. McMillan, Horn Jr., Hunter Renfrow, and David Moore are all fighting for snaps behind established guys like Adam Thielen. The competition is wide open. You've got youth, veterans, and speed guys all mixing in. Expect surprise cuts and roster movement here. On the D-line, Wharton and Brown III are pushing for starting roles alongside Derek Brown, with Pat Jones II flashing early with a pick off Bryce Young on day 2. That kind of athleticism from a lineman? Eye-opening. Add Scourton into that rotation, and suddenly Carolina has real trench depth. Linebacker is unsettled after the release of veteran leader Shaq Thompson. There's a leadership vacuum there, and guys like Chandler Wooten and Kalen DeLoach are in the mix to fill it. Meanwhile, in the secondary, Horn and Jackson are locked in, but the battle for CB3 and safety depth is tight. These next few padded practices are going to determine roster spots. Bryce Young's development. Let's talk quarterback. Bryce Young is entering a critical 3rd year, and by all accounts, he's locked in. He looked sharp in red zone work, showed good command of the huddle, and connected with McMillan on several deep outs and fades. That's big. But he also made a few mistakes, like the interception to Pat Jones II. That's part of the process. Coaches want to see how he bounces back, and he did, coming right back with a scoring drive. What matters is consistency. With the same playbook, same coach, and improving weapons, the stage is set for Bryce to take a leap. If he limits turnovers and keeps building chemistry with guys like McMillan and more, this offense could become dangerous. The underrated Panthers. So here's the big question. Why aren't more people talking about the Panthers? Honestly, I think it's because they're not flashy. But look at the blueprint. They fixed the defensive front, reloaded the secondary, drafted immediate contributors, and committed to their young quarterback. Add to that a wide open NFC South and year 2 continuity under Canales. And this team has sleeper potential. They have stars, J.C. Horn, Derek Brown, McMillan might be next. They have veterans, Thielen, Renfro, and they have a new identity being forged at camp. Fast, physical, fearless. If Bryce Young plays clean football and this defense clicks, the Panthers will be in the mix late in the season. This is not the 2023 or 2024 team you remember. What to watch next? Looking ahead, all eyes turn to Monday's first full padded practice. That's where real separation happens, especially in the trenches. We'll be watching how McMillan handles physical coverage, which edge rushers stand out when it's full speed, and whether Bryce Young can string together consistent drives under pressure. This team is building something. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's real, and it's coming together fast. If you've written off the Panthers before, this might be the year to look again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more Panthers camp updates, rookie spotlights, or position battle analysis, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a post. Drop a comment below. What are you most excited about this camp? Who's your breakout pick? I'll be responding to as many as I can. See you in the next one.